Welcome back to the Bossman Show with John Beckler. We're joined by the new coach of the Bucknell Braves, Coach Nathan Davis on the Bossman Show. Coach Davis, how you doing, sir?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on today.
You're welcome, Coach. Well, congrats on being named the coach of the Braves. What I want to know from you first is, what does it mean to be leading the Braves now, and what are you looking to put as a stamp on the program now that you're at the helm of the Bucknell Braves going forward?
First off, I'm sorry, I got to correct you. It's the Bison. It's the Bucknell Bison.
The Bison. I'm sorry.
We want to be known as
the Braves. You know what, Coach? Forgive me, Coach. You lead Atlanta Braves on my mind. I'm sorry. I meant Bison. Sorry about that. Sorry, Coach.
That's okay. But what we're looking to do is we want to be known as a team that competes every night, that plays very hard, physical, tough-nosed defense, and offensively shares the ball and make sure we're getting quality shots every time. We want to be relentless. We want to put pressure on both ends so that we're constantly trying to score and make it tough to score on us.
Well, Coach, since you've been in the Lewisburg community, what exactly have you been feeling from the community? Have you had a chance to get out into the community, have any events going on? What are you getting a sense of out there?
Well, I was here before as an assistant for 5 years, so the community my family and I are very familiar with, and it's a big supporter of Bucknell basketball. They love the basketball program here in town. We were actually very fortunate in the second week that I was back. We had a reunion for the 2005 championship team that beat Kansas in the NCAA tournament, so all the guys were able to get back to campus. We had about 50 or 60 alums in town, and town turned out great to watch the game in the movie theater, and there's a lot of support. People are very excited about the future of the program.
And Coach, you could take us back to 2005. How did you guys feel when you all beat Kansas, their high seed in the tournament? What was the joy you guys felt after pulling that off as a 14 seed? Am I correct? I remember serves as a 14 seed. How did it feel how did it feel for you guys? And do you want to how soon do you think you can remake that for the Bucknell Bison going forward?
Well, first let's talk about in 2005. I mean, it was obviously a great moment for the program and everyone involved in the team. Guys that worked really hard all year long and put themselves in the position where we won at Pitt that year. We beat good teams. And Pitt was one to that. St. Joe's was another one. So we competed at a high level. I knew we were gonna, if we played well, we had a chance. But the guys played well. It was a great atmosphere. It was really exciting until we started watching film that night on Wisconsin. We had to play next, and that kind of brought us back down to earth. As far as the future, first year, I just want to make sure we win a game before I worry about getting back to the NCAA tournament again.
I guess. And Coach, recruiting is a big part of getting back to the tournament. So what kind of kids will you be targeting to bring in to play under you and the Bucknell? Because you want to win a game first, then worry about winning the conference, then worry about getting to the tournament. So what kind of kids will you be targeting going forward?
Well, the first thing at Bucknell is we are a very high academic institution, so they've got to be able to get into school, which means they've got to be excellent students, very serious about their schoolwork, mature kids. They're going to be smart kids. They're going to be typically low maintenance off the court. We're not going to be worrying about going to go to class or doing the right things. And then offense, and as far as basketball goes, we want them to be skilled. They got to be able to defend their position. They got to be able to be small. They got to be able to share the ball. And the more athletic, obviously, make anything the better. The bigger and better athlete usually wins. So,
Coach, one of the things that you have to have, as a head coach of any team out there, especially when you get into big-time college athletics, is leadership. And I'm curious to know what type of leadership style that you have and what you're going to implement there at the helm of the team. And what is it going to mean to your players, the student body, faculty, to have you to look up to somewhat while you're, there on campus?
Well, I think first off, leadership and the type of leader you need to be changes year to year and team to team based on their personality some as well. But you got to be involved in the community. You got to be involved on campus. You can't just be the basketball coach or the basketball guys. You need to be part of the community so they feel like that they know you. And then it's a matter of gaining respect. It starts with trust. People got to trust you. Got to know you're looking out for their best interests. But you want to see them see you never got to do well. And once you get through that, they believe in you. You'll be able to push them forward.
And yes, coach, and also we're interested in knowing when people watch your team play this year, what style are you going to be playing, and what's the takeaway you want the fans, national media, local media, regional media to get from watching you guys play on a nightly basis going forward?
I think it is going to be style people enjoy watching. Offensively, we want to push the ball up the floor and look for shots early. If we can't get them, we're going to move the ball, share. We want to bounce. We want to throw it inside. We have some good moves on post players. We have some guys that can shoot the ball, so we want to throw it inside, drive, and kick it out for shots. But the big thing is sharing the ball and being unselfish, making one more pass, not forcing action, just taking what the defense gives us. And if we can do that, we'll get great shots every time down. Defensively, like I said, we want to be tough, physical, hard-nosed. We want to fight to protect the rim. We don't want people getting out of the rim. We don't want people getting off uncontested shots. We want to be a team that's kind of relentless down there and going to make you earn every basket.
Coach, we're always curious to ask guys such as yourself about non-conference scheduling and what type of approach you think you'll take to scheduling your non-conference games. Some of them they're probably already scheduled for you. I'm not sure if you have some that you're trying to get on the books for the upcoming season, but just curious to ask the question, how do you plan on going about creating your non-conference schedule?
Well, I think you want to have a balance between road and home games. You want to put your guys in situations that they're going to see throughout the year. In our situation, there are some games we travel a day of for our leagues. We want to make sure we travel a day of some non-league. You want to make sure that the best team you play in your league is not the best team in your schedule. So as you challenge yourself, so you can find out about yourselves and learn to deal with adversity. You want to play against some different styles. You're going to see some different styles from game to game in the league. But it's all about finding out about what you need to do to get better, so that when you get into the league play and get to the end of the year, you're peaking in the right place, so you can go out and hopefully win the league tournament. Because rather than the Patriot League, you're a one big league. So that's one big league. So that's what it comes down to, is making sure at the end of February, beginning of March, you're playing your best basketball. In order to do that, you got to play some different styles. You got to challenge yourself against good teams. You don't want to play all those games on the road. You want to play some at home as well. So you got to find a balance with that as well.
And Coach, as we taped the interview today, the Rules Committee has approved the 30-second shot clock, the 4-foot arc, and timeouts down to 4 now. So, Coach, are you happy with these new rules? And then the women also are going to 14-minute quarters, live ball timeouts on the men's side. So, 24. I'm with you, Coach. And how about advancing the ball up last 2 minutes of the game? You want to do that too, Coach? Would that be cool? I would like to see the clock to the 24. I would like to done like the women done and gone from halves to quarters, and I would like to see able to advance the ball at the end of games. I think coaches not being able to call timeouts is good. I'd like to see the 3-point line move back. I think it would create more space. And the big one that they've addressed, and hopefully the officials will continue with, is contact away from the ball and fouling. I mean, if you really want to improve scoring, that's what's got to be called. And it might take a year, it might take 2 years, but the players and coach will adjust to it eventually.
Hey, Coach, I'm curious to know, since you've been back on campus, what is your typical day been like? Are you guys focusing on one area of the program currently, and just if you could give us a little bit of a behind the scenes look at what you guys have going on?
Well, at first when we got here, it was about just spending as much time as possible with the players that were already in the program. We had about a week of school after an exam, so we wanted to make sure we got a chance to be around them and get to know each other, to start building that trust I was talking about earlier. Since then, it's been a lot of scheduling, it's a lot of recruiting. There's always in the background you're trying to move and get families settled in and all that stuff from a distance. So it's been pretty busy. But the main thing I can say right now is the recruiting piece and getting that stuff organized. So we can go out and hopefully recruit a good class for the 2016 group.
And Coach, like I said, John and I have been talking to coaches all year long. You're the one of the first coaches to agree with us that we should have 4 quarters, 24 seconds, and just advance the ball, because I think they'll make the game a lot more fun to watch at the end, make it more exciting. We have more possessions. Teams may press more, but it will be more exciting to watch rather than bounce the ball for 30 seconds, come with a ball screen or a flex cut or a back cut or a 1-4 pick and roll, whatever you want to do. It's like what's coming already. And it'll be more fun to watch. And I think we're glad to have a coach to agree with us that this is what we should do. Maybe make the game a little bit better.
Well, I think we'll make it more uniform across the levels. High school plays 4 quarters, freshman plays 4 quarters, international plays 4 quarters. other than high school, not even shot clock. They're all 24 seconds, so I think it would make it more uniform across the sport in general.
You're right about that, Coach. I'll tell you, like you said, if every league pretty much plays 4 quarters of some sorts, and it's good to have the uniformity across all levels will be good. And Coach, another question I want to ask you: we're down here in Atlanta. Will you be coming this way? Any playing non-conference game, maybe? Will you be down this way for the listeners? For the listeners down here in the ATL, will you be coming this way to play any games this way?
We would love to play Georgia Tech, any of those schools, and get down there. We'd like to get around and get to the different places. Those are obviously great programs. Atlanta's a great city. One of our former players is in the system with the Hawks right now, Charles Lee. Again, Mike Muscala, who played here, he's playing for the Hawks, so it would be a great area for us to get down and play in the future. We'd love to do it.
Moose is a great guy. I'm glad he got to play this year. His 3-point shot has been money. Did you get to watch Moose a lot this year and see how he's grown and got better and get more trust from Coach Bud to play big minutes for the Hawks?
Well, unfortunately, I didn't get to see a ton until the playoffs. It's just with the way the season goes, it's kind of hard to watch a ton of basketball outside of the ones you're scouting and preparing for. But certainly everyone up here was very excited to see him at the end of the year play a lot and get in the playoffs and really contribute in a positive way for the Hawks.
Yes, indeed. Well, Coach, we've enjoyed your visit today, Coach. We'd love to do it again with you in season and talk more about your players, more talk about your schedule when it comes out, and just keep an eye on the Bucknell Bison in the Patriot League, because the Patriot League is a league that we keep an eye on down here as well. So, Coach, we thank you. We look forward to doing it with you more often.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome, Coach. That was the coach of the Bucknell Bison, Nathan Davis, on the Bossman Show. All your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service. Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it. To the Bossman Show with John Beckler. We're here live, fresh off the presses. New head coach at Murray State, Coach Matt McMahon on the line with us. Coach, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, JR. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Coach. I'll tell you out there, I'm so glad you got this gig at Murray State. They're in good hands with you at the helm. You know what you're doing. You're a bright basketball mind, been around some of the greats in the game for its basketball minds. So I want to ask you, Coach, what do you feel now that you're leading your own team now? I know it happened quickly. You was down at Louisiana Tech like 10 days ago. Now you hear it back at Murray State. So what has the whirlwind been like for you, and how does it feel to have your own team now?
I tell you what, couldn't have worked out any better for me personally because I joined Eric Conkle, one of the great minds in college basketball and a rising star, joined up with him there at Louisiana Tech, and I got to go through his first 2 weeks on the job and how everything worked for him as far as team meetings, individual player meetings, media requests, recruiting, the whole nine. So I got 2 weeks of on-the-job training heading right into this thing. So it's been very beneficial for me.
Well, Coach, I'm curious to know, JR and I were going to wait a little bit on this, but we heard from Coach Conkle that you guys were in the apartment together. So how's that apartment life treating you when you guys were together down there?
Oh man, they had us set up in a nice condo out on the golf course. Now the only problem is Coach Conkle didn't spend much time in there. He had us in that office from about 6 a.m. to midnight, so sleep was hard to come by.
Yeah, I can imagine so. So just curious, the community, Murray State, have you had a chance to get out into the community and, do any events? You mentioned earlier off the air that, you're getting the love now that you're 0-0. Are you feeling that love? Are you excited about it?
Well, the great thing about Murray State, and it's really a unique place, and unless you're here to experience it, words really don't do it justice. The community support here is just so great. The people are so kind to you. 4 years ago when my family and I moved here, they really took us in and have treated us so well. I can't tell you how excited we are just to be back involved in this community and hopefully have many more great years to come with it.
And Coach, for the people down here in Atlanta and across the Bossman Radio Network in our affiliate cities here who don't know about Murray, Kentucky, give them what a typical day like is in Murray. How is Murray typically on a random Wednesday or Thursday during the week?
Just about getting ready for the next Murray State basketball game. That's what the people do here. They take a lot of pride in the program, and the investment that they make in the players here just through their support is really second to none in college basketball. It's a small town, but the best part about it, and we talked about it at the press conference, coaches and players have come and gone here for years, but the success remains the same, and a lot of that's just because the people in the community and the support and the fan base, the elite facilities that we have here, especially with the brand new practice facility. And, it's an attractive place for a player who's really serious about enjoying their college basketball experience.
And Coach, when it comes to getting players to Murray, Kentucky and recruiting, do you feel like you're a record working with Coach Prom, Coach Peterson, and all those guys, Coach Fancher as well, who've helped mold your career? The experience of working with them will help you keep bringing quality talent to Murray State and Murray, Kentucky. And also, Coach, what kind of players are you going to be going for to play in your system since you're running the show? What kind of players are you looking for to bring to Murray to keep the OVC championships coming, keep the winning ways going up in Murray, Kentucky?
Well, I've been really fortunate to have great mentors throughout my playing career and then right into my coaching career. And I've picked up bits and pieces from all of them. These last 4 years just have been great for me because Coach Prom has served as a mentor for me. He's a great leader of people, and he's very relationship-oriented. And I think that you see that when you watch his players play for him. They play with a lot of effort, a lot of energy, and they really sell out to do well for him. And so I want to continue that trend. We talked about it yesterday as well. I'm not foolish. I'm not coming in here trying to change up offenses and defenses and reinvent the game of basketball. I just want to continue to build on what Coach Prom has done here. From a recruiting standpoint, I like Murray, Kentucky, because what you end up getting, you get players who are serious about being the best basketball player they can be. They're not picking Murray State because of beach access or nightclubs or what have you. And that's not the type of player I'm looking for. They're picking Murray State because of the championship tradition, because of the great facilities, and because of the great fan base. And those are the type of players I want to recruit.
Now, with the coaches that JR mentioned previously, what have they meant to your career, personally, on the court, off the court, what are some of the things they instilled in you that you can take with you as you go now to lead the Racers?
Well, I picked up a little bit of everything from all of them. My college coach, Buzz Peterson, was really a CEO of a program, and I saw how he ran a program as that CEO figure. Also, how he instilled discipline in the program and how important that was. Houston Fancher, who I played for and also coached with, just about the relationships with people. He's the ultimate players coach. It wasn't just about basketball with him. Did a great job with his players outside of the game. And then here recently with Coach Conkle, just met high IQ for the game. And then, again, just very well spoken, can relate to different people, and he's all about his players. And I think if you can operate your program that way, and that's how Coach Prohm always did it, it's all about the players. And if they know you have that respect for them and you're trying to make them the best player they can be, the best person they can be, those guys will respond well for you. So I try and take a little bit of bits and pieces of all of them. And I've been very lucky to be with great people in this profession.
And folks, we're joined by the new Murray State men's basketball coach, Matt McMahon, on the Bossman Show here. And Coach, when we watch you play on the digital network, ESPN3, CBS Sports Network, wherever we watch a Murray State game, what do you want the fans and the media to get from watching your team play? What are some takeaways you want them to take away from watching you guys play hard every night in the OVC and in non-conference play?
Oh, I want them to say those guys play fast, they play hard, they play with great toughness, and they play with great unselfishness. And I think if you can do those things, you become a basketball team that's a lot of fun to watch. And as a player, it's a system that'll be a lot of fun to play in.
Well, Coach Jared just mentioned the non-conference. We're interested to know, how do you feel you're going to go about setting up your non-conference schedule when you're able to do so? I'm sure that a lot of that's already set for you. I know you haven't been there, a long time. I'm not sure if you had a chance to look ahead at that. But do you feel like you'll have a certain intent as you go and set your non-conference schedule in the future?
I do. I think we'll always want to challenge ourselves against one or two of the Power 5 conference teams and give our players that opportunity to go and play against, as we have in years past, when we won down at Memphis, or a win over Vanderbilt in the NCAA tournament. Just the opportunity to play those games. I want to continue to have great Division I series. It's a great series going with Middle Tennessee State. We've had series with Western Kentucky, Southern Illinois, Evansville, Illinois State. Just a lot of those great quality programs. And then from a philosophy standpoint, I don't know, from the RPI and are we trying to get certain numbers? That's not as important right now here this first year, because we're in a transition phase where we're losing an NBA lottery pick, three seniors who were all conference type players. So we have 5 new signees plus 3 transfers in our program. So a lot of new faces. So in the future, I'd like to be more RPI centered in our scheduling, but this year I want to just be as prepared as we can so that we're ready for conference play in January.
And Coach, what do you feel about the new rules that the Rules Committee approved for the upcoming season? And are there any other rules you'd like to see them take a look at next offseason to make the game a little bit better and more watchable, more pleasing to the eye for fans out there who are not the diehard fans like John or myself or coaching like you? So what do you feel about that, Coach?
I really like the new rules going back to the 30-second shot clock. I think that'll eliminate some of the teams that have been able to hold the ball and really slow down the pace of play. I think the fans want to see a more up-tempo game, and that'll help out there. The restricted arc, I don't know that that's a big deal. But I think that shot clock's the one that's really going to have the biggest impact on play next year.
Now, Coach, when I found out that we'd be speaking with you this evening, one thing that popped into my head, one player I should say, is point guard Cameron Payne. Where do you think he's going to go in the draft? What kind of pro do you feel he projects to be?
I was hoping it wasn't too late to get him to withdraw from the draft and bring him back for one more year, but I am really excited for him. It's just an unbelievable story. He came in here for 2 years, and his game just took off. His IQ for the game is off the charts. His skill level and ability to score, pass, he could just do it all. And so from talking to these NBA teams, it sounds like he would be a surefire lottery pick. I know we talked to him last week. He's gotten his invitation to be in the green room. And so hearing about, I guess, 2 weeks from today, we'll be watching Cameron Payne walk across that stage to shake the commissioner's hand and put on his hat. And it's going to be a proud, proud day for Murray State. I know that.
Well, Coach, he should invite you up there to hang out with him for the draft. He needs to take care of his old coach.
I'm still waiting on that private jet to pick me up and get me up there to the Barclays Center. I'd love to get up there and watch it.
We'll send the Bossman Show jet for you.
Yeah, we got parked right here at Hartsfield Jackson.
I'm sorry.
Now, John was saying we send the Bossman Show jet for you. It's out here at Hartsfield Jackson Airport here in Atlanta. So, hey, if you need a coach, we got you.
I appreciate it.
Well, Coach, I must say, thank you for joining the show today on short notice. We really appreciate it. We're glad we got the job, and I had to contact Dave to get you on here real quick because I want to have you on because I watched your work. We want to talk to you and get you on this week's show, no doubt. And, Coach, I'll see you in Media Day. Whenever Kyle Schwartz sends out the email, I'll be there. I'll see you there, and we'll get to hang out a bit there and enjoy that great day that Kyle and the guys put on at the OVC.
I really appreciate it, and thanks so much for having me on. And it's always a privilege to get to talk about Murray State basketball and this great university. So it's an honor for me to be the new head coach here, and I'm excited to get started.
Yes, indeed, Coach. Thank you again.
All right, thank you. We'll talk soon.
All right now, Coach. Now the coach of the Murray State Racers, new coach Matt McMahon on the Bossman Show. All your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, a Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service. Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, True Speech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it. And welcome back, folks. It's time for the Boss Report on the Bossman Radio Network. Here it is. First story, John. Our man arrested after cops found a trail of snacks
and lotto tickets to capture cheese, covered convenience store burglar.
So, wait, what kind of... He was covered in what?
Snacks, lottery tickets, and cheese.
Like, does it say what kind of cheese? Like, sprinkle cheese or spray cheese or what kind of cheese?
The tube cheese.
The tube cheese? Oh, no.
That easy spray tube cheese.
Oh, man, that stuff... I don't know, man. I don't know. You would think that with the lottery tickets, he would have had to win something, right? You know, like a $5 winner, $10 winner. He could have, you know, gotten a little bit something better than the tube cheese, don't you think?
I would think, but obviously he's an Iowa man. That's not much an hour to get there.
Listen, I guess, man, there's not much to do out there. That must be like what you do for kicks, you know? Rob the convenience store and pass out from a food coma.
And you don't want to do this either. A Florida man arrested blowing off both arms while making homemade fireworks with coffee grinder.
Wait a minute. What? Okay, first of all, my man lost both his arms, JR. So that's tragic in itself right there. He is not going to be able to participate in many of the things that Florida man likes to do for the rest of his life. So, second of all, how in the hell do you make fireworks with a coffee grinder? I don't understand.
That's a million-dollar question.
Was he trying to like grind up gunpowder to like a finer grain to get into the fireworks, I guess?
Boy, who knows?
I mean, that's my only speculation there.
That's one for the ages right there, buddy. That's a layered story for the ages.
Yeah, and a hell of an explosion. Man, he lost a couple limbs in that one. That's terrible, dude. Like, he's not going to be able to do anything that... I guess this is one thing we'll know, JR. If we ever have a story about naked, armless Florida man, we know who it is, right?
Exactly. And, hey, get this. A crazy Pittsburgh man arrested after attacking bus driver because he can't pay fare and driver won't give him a break.
Dude, what's the bus fare? What's bus fare? Honestly,
$2.70 maybe.
$1.50. Yeah, like, you know, nothing crazy. You're not breaking $3 on the bus, right?
No.
Like, come on, you know, like, just cut the guy a break. Like, you know, he needed a ride. He hopped on the bus, didn't have the money. Just why you gotta? But then the guy went berserk on him, huh?
Yeah, he went very berserk.
Yeah. I guess he probably should. He was second guessing that one. Like, should have just coughed up the $3, you know?
Exactly. And a Florida woman was arrested after biting and scratching Boo Thing after he rejects her offer to kiss and cuddle and serve him up a facial.
Whoa, I mean, I guess, like, she was a slighted lover, JR. You gotta watch out. You do not deny Florida woman her nookie time, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do that. Florida woman, when she wants what she wants, you just give it up, man. She'll come after you.
Yeah, she sure did. And a Pennsylvania woman arrested after swindling $300,000 from local charity because, quote, it was God's will.
Well, listen, okay, JR, it is expensive. Doing the work of the Lord is expensive, okay? And we all know that, you know, it takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of money to do the Lord's work. You know, sometimes he calls on people to get that money in strange ways. You know, it can't always be donated, JR. Sometimes it's got to be forcibly taken and swindled from people, you know?
And sure is, that swindle is what she did. And we have a Florida man who's arrested after dancing on a patrol car in order to, quote, escape vampires.
That's definitely a meth had him on his level story right there. Normal Florida man would just be dancing on the patrol car for fun. You know, when the meth has him on his level, that's when the vampires come in.
Exactly. Jesus Christ, that was a good one right there. And Georgia man arrested after beating homie lover friend down after refusing to partake his warm vanilla ice cream from the Snickers bar.
Really? I mean, there are a lot of like beatdowns from slighted lovers in this week's Boss Report, man. You know, spring has sprung, and apparently, like, the people are, you know, I've never heard of so many denials on the report. Usually, it's like, you know, just a rubber stamp acceptance when it comes to that. You know, like, what's up with all the denials today?
Exactly, it threw me off the writing the report. I'm like, what's going on? And this is our typical Boss Report here. Sex is usually accepted on the Boss Report, not denied. It's like a yes, approved. Yes, you approve. Not today, obviously.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
And a Florida man's arrested after stealing car, but leaving his wallet in the driver's seat.
That's an unfortunate mistake. You know, you steal a car and you leave something incriminating behind where the cops can basically just show up at your front door, like during dinner. You know, you're sitting there eating dinner thinking you got away with it, and the doorbell rings and it's, you know, a couple of boys in blue waiting to take you to the police station. You're like, well, oh, where's my wallet? You know, like, crap, I left it in the car I stole. Oh, no. Terrible.
Typical Florida man. And a New York mistress sues former lover for $2 million in unpaid services after he refuses to leave his wife to give her the business.
$2 million for unpaid services?
Yes.
Are we talking about the... I'm assuming that we're talking about the service I think we're talking about, right?
Yes, that service, yes.
That's some expensive service, bro. $2 million. That's a lot of service, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, how do you even come up with a number on that? Is there a chart somewhere that I don't know about? Like, what do you call your like wealth manager, your estate planner? Like, what's going on here? I don't understand.
Like, how you get that number of $2 million for that? That's a $2 million question of itself right there. And
it could be legit. I just don't know, like, how you're getting there. Show me the equation, you know?
Exactly.
Like, is there an amortization schedule on it? Like, what?
Exactly. And Florida man arrested after being caught getting the service at work saying, quote, "Hey, look, before you fire me, let me get this you know what." It rhymes with butt.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Listen, if you already started, you know, I mean, come on. If you're going to can the guy, at least let him get all the way through, you know? Then it's just adding insult to injury if you don't let him finish, right?
Exactly. But his take only, like, you know, so matter of factly, this, hey, look, before you fire me, just let me finish up and get this bleep.
Florida man is always, whenever Florida man's employed, he knows that a firing is right around the corner. Like, as soon as he gets hired, he's like, I'm going to get fired in like 10 days, so.
Exactly.
He knows.
One of the best takes ever right there on the Boss Report. And Georgia man arrested in pot bus says, quote, he's a member of the First Church of Cannabis.
That's legit, man. Doubling up on the Atlanta, Georgia report tonight. That's good. That's good. You know, listen, everybody's got a church of something. If you pray to the God of, you know, the sticky green, that's cool. That's cool. There's all kinds of people making up all kinds of religions out there. Why not? You know, why not have a little weed religion?
Exactly. And Florida man arrested after going on a naked jog while rapping the 2 Chainz.
Naked jog, rapping to 2 Chainz. Did it say how many arms he had?
Yeah, 2.
2. Okay. I just wondered. I've heard stories about some things that have gone on down there, JR, recently. Just want to make sure I knew who it was. They listen to a lot of. I mean, I'm sure that 2 Chainz didn't plan this, but they sure like to take their clothes off when they're listening to his tunes down there. Right?
Exactly. Like, yeah, I'm different. And let's see, listen. Yeah, 2 Chainz. I'm different. Amen. Here we go. Georgia man arrested on drug charges after throwing active grenade at multiple gas stations.
Active grenade at a gas station?
At multiple gas stations. He had multiple throws of grenades.
Oh my God, dude. Like, again, this is one of those stories, like, how do you get there? Like, when you wake up in the morning, JR, what do you do from the time you wake up to the time you start chucking grenades at gas stations? Is it a normal day up until the first grenade leaves your hand? Do you wake up and eat Cocoa Pebbles, then, take a shower, get ready for the day, go out on the town, and then it's all normal until you chuck that first grenade?
I guess.
I don't understand, dude. Like, that's my day. I get up, get ready for work, go to work. At some point, it's got to turn into a grenade chucking day, right?
Exactly. Oh, man. Another story of the year on the Boss Report. A grenade throwing guy at a gas station.
That's the hat trick for Georgia right there, man. We got three Georgia stories. They're coming for you, Florida. They're coming for you.
Exactly. And a Florida man's arrested after calling 911 to brag about big muscles and to smack the dispatcher.
Well, sometimes you ever watch the crime shows, JR, and then there's the 911 call, and then all of a sudden they get to the dispatcher, and the dispatcher's got that, soulful, sweet voice, a little sultry, and you're, kind of thinking, your inner J.C. Smith comes out, and you're like, man, that's probably a hotbed of chicks I can talk to, all I got to do is call 911. It's a captive audience, right?
Exactly.
So, leave it to Florida man to find new revenue streams when it comes to Wagon Wednesday,
yes,
right?
Wagon Wednesday indeed. Dick Thursday and Freestyle Friday. That's the Saturday here on the Bossman Show. And we have a New Mexico burglar arrested after breaking into a home to, quote, bake a potato and take a piss.
Well, JR, if I had $1 for every time that I was walking down the street and was craving a baked potato and had to urinate, I'd have at least $2. At least. So, what is literally you can go to Wendy's and get a baked potato on the 99-cent menu. Potatoes are not a rare commodity in the world. In fact, if you're, going through a famine, it's because you're out of potato. There is no potato famine anymore. Potatoes are plentiful. You can get them very inexpensively. Why are you breaking into houses?
Exactly. And a Florida man's arrested after battering father with boxes of frozen hamburgers.
Battering father with boxes of frozen hamburgers?
Yes.
Did it provide a reason why he was doing this?
Said, quote, he shouldn't have popped off at the mouth, and he made me mad.
Well, hey, listen, man. I can see it happening. I've gotten into some arguments with my dad before about, some little stuff. And then there's been times in my life where I've been like, you know what? If I had a box of frozen hamburgers, I would throw it at him right now. But I just never had him handy. This guy apparently had him handy. So, it is what it is.
Exactly. And Ohio Mom of the Year, Pop for letting 14-year-old neighbor beat her cakes and told him, quote, ride your bike over here after church and F me well.
After church? Well, at least he went to church, I guess, right? But it is so, I don't know, man. At that age, 13, 14, 15, you will, if an older woman offers it up, you're taking that, dude. You're taking that opportunity, man. You are not passing it up. You're not. There is no, you don't know any better. You don't know. All you know is you want to do it. That's all you know at that age. I want it. That's what you want. You want to get your bird wet, and it doesn't matter where. Okay? Doesn't matter what bath it's getting wet in. You just want to get it in the bath.
Exactly. And final story today, John. Minneapolis dad files report after daughter's taking a sex shop on school field trip.
Wait, the school field trip took her to a sex shop?
Yes, they took the kids to a sex shop on the school field trip.
Oh, wait, dude. What a bunch of morons. Come on. How is that going to end well for anyone at the school administration? Come on. You're just, at least, pretend, take them somewhere, fake it out, take them somewhere, quote unquote, next door to the sex shop. And if they happen to go to the sex shop while they're next door, that's not your fault, right? At least play it off like that. Just take them direct. Don't you have to sign a permission slip for that? What did it say on the permission slip?
Exactly. We're going to hustle in Hollywood after we go visit the museum.
Right, exactly, dude. Like, I mean, come on. It's terrible.
And John, before you close us off on the Bossman Report today, John, what's your take on today's report, man?
Today's report, we went trifecta on Georgia. We had a visit from Iowa, Minneapolis, New Mexico. So we got around today. And we had our normal smattering of naked and armless Florida man stories. So it was, all in all, I'd say that we made a good dent. We gave some good info to the people today.
Yes, indeed. And folks, that's the Bossman Report. Right on the Bossman Show with John Beckler on the Bossman Radio Network.
And if you don't know, now you know.